What's going on, family? It's your boy Mozy here again with another episode of Mozy Reacts. On today's episode of Mozy Reacts, I have episode 3 of YuYu Hakusho. But before I roll into today's episode, I do want to give a huge shout out to you guys for all the love and support that you guys are showing me. I do truly appreciate it. And as always, this is not a market substitute. You should always support the official release.
This ordeal is kind of tough, though. I mean, as hard as I'm trying, I can't think of a damn good thing to do.
Now, I don't think you'll become a good Samaritan just by following the girl you've got a crush on.
Right, good point, Botan. Like, you really can't find anything to do?
I don't have a crush on Keiko. We're just friends.
I guess it is kind of hard to find something nice to do if you're a ghost.
I agree you have a bad feeling.
You can't physically act on
Keiko like
anything.
another boy.
Hey!
What?
Think of it as a toll road, Missy. You give us $500, we'll let you pass by. Or I'm sure we can find other ways for
$500?
Don't you touch
Like,
me.
I'm just a teenager, man. That's like a whole 40-hour week paycheck.
Hands off!
Good job, Kuwabara. You a real one.
You know, I really can't stand it when guys pick on people weaker than them. But I guess I'll do it to you anyway.
You little...
Yusuke gave him so much confidence after taking his body.
Against normal people, Kuwabara's pretty good.
Go for the kidneys!
Botan! She's like, come on, make him pee blood.
As far as causing trouble's concerned, you boys keep topping yourselves.
Oh, I remember this
Attacking
guy.
a trio of older
Get him
boys
some
from
fucking
Kazanaga
cheddar
Junior
cheese
High
and
who,
some
according to
stuff.
their mothers, were quite harmless.
Why doesn't he tell him that he did it to save Keiko?
Teachers like that don't care about reasons. They just want to keep on yapping.
What's this?
Facts.
Not listening. Oh, Kubo, I understand you're working in a part-time job with the school's permission. Is that true?
Uh-huh.
Well, not anymore.
If you're bent on punishing someone today, leave these guys alone and punish me, why don't you? I'm the one who caused the real
Like,
damage
bro,
anyway.
how can his teeth be like that?
Well,
And
if
him
you're
like,
going to be so
nah,
pathetic
I'm
about
good.
it, maybe I can
the
overlook
dentist
this if you
guy.
make me a promise. You have to promise not to fight anyone for an entire week.
That's totally undoable, man. What are we supposed to do if those guys come back and try to jump us?
Can you make it shorter?
Run.
How about 2 hours? That seems fair, right?
He's like, come on. Can we
you
give it like
want more
2 hours
than
without
you
fighting?
got.
That seems very reasonable. I'm surprised the principal didn't speak up, because he knows that
think
guys
you
are
just signed a death
douchebags. I
sentence.
remember. So why isn't he? Why am I having such a hard time remembering some of this
Breaking the
stuff?
honor code is one of the highest violations.
He's clearly a punk who can't
Doesn't that
resist
guy
him.
turn evil at
This
one
way
point?
we can expel him
I'm pretty
permanently.
sure, and he
I
attacks
don't know
Keiko.
which boost to the school's reputation I like best, kicking out Kuwabara or having Yusuke die on his own.
I always
Bruh.
said those teachers were out to get me.
I didn't tell Mr. Akashi this, but my mom's sick and can't work either. I'm not making this up. My family could really starve.
See, like,
Wow.
why is it?
I had a bad living
I want to know if
situation.
that's like
There's no reason to
different
worry,
from like
Kubo.
our
I'll
system in
stay
the
at home all
school
week
system
and
in
won't
the
even
U.S.
lift a
compared to
finger.
Japanese, because I
It's
do
a
hear
man's
about Japanese
promise.
students having to work
You're a real
or
friend.
choose between work
I
and
think we should
school,
all
and they
get
don't
home
get
as
in
quick as
trouble
we can
for
today
it.
so the guys from
But here you
Kazanaga
would.
don't see us.
You just wait, Botan. This little promise of his won't last for long.
You'll be
You don't
surprised,
think that
Yusuke.
Kuwabara-
Remember, he's a real one. You know, he takes lickings day after day. A
Those
week.
boys should
Can't
arrive
remember how
any
long the
minute now.
thing is for.
Mr.
Yeah, they just
Akashi?
said.
Gee, doesn't this guy have a life besides tormenting kids?
If he does, it's definitely
Kuwabara,
illegal,
we've been
aka
waiting.
pedo.
Now's really not the time.
What is
Gotta
this,
go.
Kuwabara? Are you actually running away like a sissy?
Oh no, I'm not going anywhere. But I'm not gonna fight back, so you just hit me as much as you're gonna. Let me get out of here.
What did he say?
What did he say?
It's official, you guys. Kuwabara's turned into a wuss.
And you would think, if these were actual teenage boys trying to get revenge, and Kuwabara was like, yeah, go ahead and hit me, they gonna beat the
Look
out
at
of
this
him.
wimp. Fight back.
I was gonna say, I was waiting.
Leave my buddies out of this.
Yeah, I think we can handle that.
Shut up, wear your mask right, boy.
It's more fun anyhow.
Okay, that's what I was expecting. I was like, if these are teenage boys and Kuwabara was like, go ahead and hit me, he's gonna be he should be within an inch of his life, which sucks. That's just how teenage boys are.
Ah, those new bruises today?
I got piled on by those guys you said were harmless, but I didn't touch them.
I'm so impressed. But I talked to some
As a
of the
teacher,
other
I'd be
teachers
like,
yesterday
really?
about
You
our
just got beat
arrangement,
up
and they
like
said
that
I
and
was
didn't
too
throw
easy
one
on you.
punch?
What?
Because I know that guy was watching, but like,
I was
had he
just
not
as
been watching, I would
surprised as
just
you
assume
are,
like,
but they
bro,
were convinced.
come on now.
You must all score 50% or higher on the physical science test. And if one of you fails, Okubo's job goes out the window.
Oh yeah, I remember. And
Ha!
he erases answers,
Please, we
doesn't
can
he?
pass that test easy if we study a little.
We're gonna be okay, right, Kuwabara? What did you
No, didn't he get like a
I
10?
got a 7!
Oh,
Well, what do you know? Kuwabara is stupider than I
a
am.
What did you
7,
make on your
like
last test?
I
7%.
got a 12.
I feel like even at multiple choice, you should get higher than that. Is he using his pencils as chopsticks?
Volcanoes, cone shapes, and
At least it looks like he's thinking hard over there, right?
Kuwabara, a
If he
real
thinks too
friend.
hard
I'm not
with
gonna
that bruised
lie.
head of his, it might just explode.
Yeah,
He
I'm
definitely
worried.
has. Later on in the series, I'm pretty sure like him and Yusuke
Even if
become like
Kuwabara
best
studies until
friends.
he's blue in the face, he still couldn't score
He
more
a
than
real
30
one for
points
that.
on this.
It's a good thing we found you.
Cool,
We can
Bar.
pay you
I'm
back
playing
for the
right
incident
now. I'm
at the
playing
baseball
Sleeping Dogs, the
field.
video game, and
That's
he
fine.
reminds me a lot of like
But
the
I'm not gonna
gangster
fight you, so
Winston,
just beat me
where
up all
he
you
acts
want
all
and go
hard,
back
but
to your own turf.
in the back he's a sweetheart. He definitely cares about his friends and family. And will do
Trust
anything
me,
for
that's
them.
no problem.
Best believe when Yusuke gets his body back.
Oh, dude, you're hideous.
Seriously, maybe I can get a different job.
Enough
And I
about my
do think
dumb
he
old
has
bruises.
can
Let's
find
get
another
to
job.
studying.
Like it has to be different because I couldn't imagine like a high school kid being like, "Hey, is it okay if I don't come to school today because I didn't go work
he's
at
got more guts
McDonald's?"
in him than anyone else I've
I
ever
just
rammed into the
imagine
pavement.
the principal or teacher of a school just being like, "No, sorry, your family has to suffer."
It's a good thing I came
'Cause
over to check on him.
America.
He's falling asleep.
You come back for a fight, huh? Well, I'm gonna make cat food out of you.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa!
I
You
like
gotta pass
Kuwabara's
this test first.
pajamas. Those are pretty dope.
Gimme.
Looks
I
like
was
it's just a
studying this before you
sweatsuit, but
showed up.
still.
Why is the color of blood red?
Because of all the red blood cells. They color
So
it.
wholesome.
That's easy.
Love it.
But what's the...
And sulfur in the atmosphere makes acid rain.
Hey, look, there goes
Like,
Kuwabara.
what kind of
I
test
heard
is
he
this? Like the
doesn't
end of
try
the
to
year
fight back
test? How's he
anymore
go
when people
from
attack him.
learning
I
about
say we go
bloods
have
to
some fun with
learning
him. Buddy, you're
about
speaking my
particles in the
language.
air?
Come on. Out of the way.
Okay, you jerks!
Miss
Like,
Haku, are
bro.
you okay?
Hey, I know her
Anything
from
like
school.
that happened like in a crime show,
Botan
that
said
person's
people
dead.
get closer to the spirit world when they're asleep. And she just fainted. Maybe I can...
She didn't get finished. She got knocked out. They literally pushed her into a wall and just kept running.
Just wait till I catch you!
What a jump!
You should have listened.
I love it because you know these guys are macho and can't handle being beaten by a girl. I love that he jumped on one. It's like, you're laying on the ground. Come here, boy. So before, when he entered Kuwabara's, Botan said he only had an hour. So if people get knocked out, does he still have only an hour, or can he just do it for as long as he wants? Can he just stay in her body until
Kuwabara, just try to remember what you dreamed.
she regains consciousness, or?
I scored 53 big ones.
Then you saved me.
Wow, Kuwabara, you really licked him.
No, it was nothing. Just a promise between men.
Don't
That's a
get modest
great
now,
jump. He
Kuwabara.
went from a
Tell him
7
you're
to a
the big cheese.
53. Still an F, but you're making progress when you try.
Let me show you a different method of grading.
It's not
You see, Mr. Akashi, there really wasn't an answer written there. You've made a mistake.
like you guys are just talking so loud with the principal right there, and they didn't learn their lesson from the funeral when they were talking out loud with this
And
whole.
what's really painful is that
Hey,
you were
man.
so close.
I've never understood people like this, like in
No,
these
this
TV
isn't
shows,
right. I
because
checked
like,
all the answers
bro,
myself.
why are you being so mean to them for no
I don't
reason?
believe
I would understand if they
that
were
no good
dick
teacher
students in
rates
your
my last
class and you get
answer.
annoyed with them, but like you're going out of your way and they're not even in your class.
Who does he think he is?
I guess he was in his
I'll
class, but
show you.
God, I remember watching this back in the day being like, bro, please just pound him. Like, you know that teacher cannot take a punch. One punch and he's gonna be that teacher that like wears like a nose face brace for the rest of the year because he broke his nose.
Down as 48. Did you see that, Mr. Takanaka? That hoodlum nearly rang my neck.
And I think if someone had corrupted my answer sheet the way you and Mr. Iwamoto did to that boy, I would have rung it too.
But wait! I don't know what you mean!
You're going to correct that score immediately!
I always hate in crime shows or just TV shows when someone just blatantly lies after being called directly out. Like, he wasn't even like thinking like, I wonder what happened. He was like, you erased the answer. The guy's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mr. Takanaka said that everyone scored higher than 50 points.
I tried to stop him from hitting that teacher as a reflex. I didn't think he'd hear me.
They can't hear words unless they're asleep. But you can communicate feelings to living people when they're on the same emotional wavelength. See, you reached Kuwabara with your feelings.
Hey, give me
they're
a
on the
break.
same vibration.
Everything's going fine, and then you have to get mushy.
You don't have to be embarrassed.
And guess what? That ain't gonna be. That's nothing but good vibes. Alrighty, well that was it for episode 3 of YuYu Hakusho, and I just remember this is such a wholesome show. Like, I'm so upset that episode wasn't longer. They're going so fast, and I'm like, oh man. Even though like that, you know, there wasn't too much going on in that episode, I definitely just enjoy it because it just shows how good of a character Kuwabara is. I remember he is a real one, and I think it happens throughout the show. Like every stage they come to, he's always doing something where you're just like, Kuwabara, you're going above and beyond what a true friend is. And yeah, I just love him as a character. I'm still trying to, I now remember like that teacher, that not the bucktooth one but the other one, he turns evil at one point. So I'm just now thinking like, how does it get to that point after the ordeal? But that's for another day. I do appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this reaction with me. It's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun. Later on.